reach that? Not quite. Heck. Okay. Oh, cool. Alright, don't reach it. There's so many rain clouds. Oof. Okay. Oh, hello.
Giving them vertebrates what for?
Sure, why not?
Hi everyone, if anybody's...
There's literally no one in the chat right now. This is the deadest the stream has ever been for an extended period of time. I'm pretty sure this is what clinical depression looks like. What's up?
Just watching somebody manhandle their very passed out ferret. It's just not wanting to wake up.
Oh my god.
It's fine, it's just, it's a ferret being a ferret.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I'd be scared to death if something happened to it.
Ferrets are jerks. I like other weasels, you know.
Would you like a spicy seaweed strip?
No, thank you. Seaweed strips I love. Spicy, don't really want right now.
Would you like a chocolate-covered coffee bean?
Nah, thank you though.
Would you like a sloppy wet kiss on the cheekbone?
Not from you, but I appreciate it. I picked up Jurassic World Evolution for the Switch because
I'm sorry?
It's like $20 right now. It's the complete edition.
Or congratulations, either one. I don't.
It's a park builder.
Oh.
It's actually a really good park builder. The only downside is in handheld, the resolution is so low that the game looks really blurry.
Ooh.
But it runs smoothly. And then in docked mode, it's much higher resolution, but the frame rate caps out between 25 and 30 frames, so it's a little jerkier. Like, it's not the most optimized version, but honestly, it's about as bad as, say, Graveyard Keeper could get whenever you had too much crap at home base. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't ruin the experience, but you're like, there could be more polish here. But
Yeah.
I like it on the Xbox, but it's the kind of game that I don't want to sit in front of my TV and play for hours, but I can play in handheld. Plus, it's got Ian Malcolm, like, berating you the entire time. It's like, you've had your first death. Well, you have to ask yourself, was this preventable? Of course not. It's death. But could it have been prolonged? Maybe.
Ian Malcolm, that's Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's totally Jeff Goldblum, too. Like, they didn't get any of the other actors. They got Jeff Goldblum on there. Everyone else is a sound-alike. Jeff Goldblum don't care. And he is phenomenal in the game.
Okay, somewhere along the line, none of the teammates are actually going for the cannons.
He kept waxing philosophic about how, yes, the beauty of life, and you're just manufacturing. Are you proud of yourself? I'm just like,
Kinda.
yes?
Kinda.
That Struthomymus was purple a minute ago. I'm proud of that. Sure, 6 out of the 7 fetuses that I tried to get to grow to fruition became unviable and died, and I had to start over and lost a whole bunch of money. But that 7th one was purple. Product. I made one.
Alright, good job, team. We failed on wave 1.
You have like 3 different teams you have to work with: science, entertainment, and security.
Okay.
The security side, they not only are working like on park security, but like they want military applications for the dinosaurs. And one of the things they wanted to do was test your security team. So they're like, I want you to leave that gate open for a bit, let that dinosaur run free. And then you have to get your teams to go hunt it down. What's cool is when you send your teams to go capture it, you can take control of them and drive around in your little buggy and trank them and shoot them and bring them down yourself while trying not to get killed.
Trying.
Yeah. Or you could fly in the helicopter and try to take them down from above and then fly in, grab them, pick them up, and take them off. You can even sell them to the highest bidder. Like, there's a lot of stuff in it. It's not just Zoo Tycoon where you're managing numbers. No, it actually makes you feel like they're individual lives.
Last one kind of sounds a little bit dubious.
Well, here's the thing. You have to kind of do what he wants. Because if you don't balance all 3, you might get a Dennis Nedry scenario where they just get disgruntled and get bought out by somebody else to sabotage you.
Boy.
Yeah, like there's actual stuff happening in the game.
Oh, dear.
Like the head of the science department, you went with her instead of hiring Henry Wu, the scientist from Jurassic Park, and he's clearly gone full mad scientist and is trying to prove that, no, I'm the brilliant geneticist. Because he is kind of actually the brains behind Jurassic Park. Hammond was just the money. So, like, it's a surprisingly complex park builder with actual plot and people I care about. And when my dinosaurs get sick, I feel sad for them because you can individually name them.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
like you can get attached. One of the stats that you can level up on them is lifespan. So I'm like, oh yeah, let's max out lifespan because, you know, I want the Lord Stabbington.
Lord Stabbington?
Yeah.
Please tell me you gave that name to a very innocuous, like, brontosaurus.
Actually, it's gonna be my Triceratops.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a high lifespan Triceratops, and his name shall be Lord Reginald Stabbington III. Because, you know, Triceratops. Everyone's better as the third. You know. The first is lazy, the second one, you know, let's throw everything at the wall, see what sticks. But by the third one, it's gonna be good. You know?
Oh, heck.
I kind of like this level design.
I like it.
Circle strafe around.
Well, I like this part right here, the very top. The problem is, when it's not in high tide, the map is massive. There's like 3 more levels down there.
Ah.
So there's a lot of situations where people will knock out enemies at the bottom, and they have to like run the entire tower to run one egg.
So the advent of egg passing is actually like a game changer.
Yeah, well, it's not in this game yet.
I know it's gonna be the third one,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. What if just before the third one launches, they add some of those features to this one just as like a patch, as their way of testing it?
As like a, we could have done this before, but screw the consumer.
More of a let's iron the kinks out, because
I feel like that's something they should have done years ago if they were doing so to iron out kinks.
oh yeah,
Like here, this is the very bottom level. Oh jeez,
Oh,
I landed right on top of an enemy. I was like, how did it take so much damage already? No, that's probably why. You can either run all those hills up there, or just take this thing. But these aren't always available.
Yeah.
Sometimes you end up on a spot of the map that doesn't have them.
I also bought Tiny Tina's Wonderland today for Xbox.
That's out already?
Yep.
Oh.
In fact, weirdly enough, the Tiny Tina Assault on Dragon Keep or whatever DLC, they've actually released it as a standalone game running in the Tiny Tina engine to kind of as like a standalone mini campaign, and then they also released it free on PlayStation last month.
Oh.
That campaign is really sad.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, ow. My wife loves Tiny Tina. Like that's one of her favorite just fictional characters in general. Because she just loves all of her dialogue.
So that sounds like someone that your wife would like.
Yeah. But yeah, the realization that entire game is a coping mechanism for her and her sense of loss.
Yeah.
It's just ow.
Yeah.
But you know what though?
There's quite a bit underneath the happy, funny, haha cover.
But given the people that it's coming from, it's handled with surprising subtlety.
Yeah.
And subtlety is not exactly the Borderlands bread and
it's
butter.
Not. Usually isn't.
It's about as subtle as a sack full of hammers that have the word fart written on them.
I'm sorry.
But like the nuance and the way each of the characters are actually trying to dance around Tina, you know? It's like, wow, this is good stuff. And apparently it's not quite that heavy in the new game, but it's still, people are saying it feels like an apology for where Borderlands 3 went with a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, because I haven't played 3, but I heard the story was not the best.
They shit all over everything that happened with Tales from the Borderlands.
Oh, good.
Yeah. They didn't even hire the actors back. Yeah. And the guy that played the main character wasn't even asked.
Oh, Reese?
Yeah.
Real?
Yep.
That's Troy Baker, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. They didn't even ask him.
I think I might know why.
Is it the union thing?
That might be part of it, but another thing was, now, I don't know how true this could be. This is literally just speculation. But it might be because there was a bit of... Sorry.
Yeah, focus on your game.
Trying to aim bombs while talking, and it's not working. But they might have been worried that it could have been a bad look for them, because around that time, Troy Baker started an NFT thing.
Well, the NFT thing was after Borderlands
was it?
3 came out. Yeah, because NFTs became a thing, like a big thing. Like crypto was still a thing, but the NFT thing was well after Borderlands 3 came out. Borderlands 3 is like pre-pandemic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, barely. But
My sense of time has kind of disappeared. Give me that! I'm like, I need to drop the bomb. Give me that. I need to.
unfortunately, Star Trek started some crypto garbage NFT stuff. It's called the Continuum, and you get a procedurally generated starship token. It's yours and yours alone.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, I can do that in Star Trek Online.
Oh my god.
And I spend real money on it and don't have to worry about it losing its value because I get to enjoy using it. But that's okay though, because everyone in the Star Trek fandom and community have been against it, and all the actors that were talking about it, you can tell it was a contractually obligated tweet they put out because they haven't talked about it since.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
Because I think I told you what that one study I'd found where someone did a deep dive and found the company that was behind it, and they do a whole lot of they like have a whole bunch of celebrities under their wing, so they're basically making their celebrities support this thing just because the owner of that company has stock in NFTs. And so it's like, yeah, you should support this thing that I just happen to have under my arms making money off of.
The YouTube channel Trek Culture, which is a spinoff of What Culture, you know, the very big corporate-owned, like, pop culture, you know, site. Well, Trek Culture is owned, operated, and run by actual Trekkies. You can tell. Because there's one thing to hear people talk about Trek, but there's another thing to hear them wax poetic and get misty-eyed talking about it. It's like, you... Like hearing you talk about Splatoon or the Three Kingdoms, like, we can tell you love these things. Well, they have this thing called Ups and Downs, where after every episode, they kind of talk about the episode and give things they liked and things they didn't like, and they're not afraid to straight up call out nonsense in episodes. And for the past 2 weeks, at the beginning of each episode, it's like, yeah, just to begin with, Star Trek and NFTs, down. Just at the beginning of every episode. And they are sponsored by Paramount, so you better believe Paramount's not happy. But,
yeah, I don't imagine so.
But weirdly, a company that does VPNs actually sponsored Ups and Downs for the next, like, 5 years worth of episodes because Paramount made the weird decision of putting Star Trek on Paramount Plus only in certain countries, but still pulling it off Netflix in every country. So some countries you can't watch the new Trek shows, even though people really want to. So this VPN company allows people to watch, you know, the American version of Paramount Plus, even if they're in Germany or whatever. So they're like, yeah, your people need this. We offer it. Like, it doesn't feel like a gross cash grab kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, all they're saying is, you know, if you want to watch Star Trek, use us. If not, cool. But it never feels pushy or gross, and I kind of respect that. Not like some pop culture news channels that are gross. In fact, they even do interviews with smaller Trek channels, and they'll do the interviews on the smaller Trek channels instead of having them come onto their channel. Not neat. For visibility, they're like, no, if you want to see this, the entirety of this interview, go to Trek Central or Talking Trek or Text Trek, which is just hilarious.
Oh, they did I think they're still in the middle of an update for Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
So, I know you don't play as the melee killers too often, but oh shoot. But you know, sorry. But you know that one killer, the Legion, or the group of killers?
Yeah.
So, you know how they're basically just a bunch of, like, edgy teens, right?
Yeah. Like, so, aren't they also kind of like purgers, practically?
Yeah, not exactly. More like, oh my god, how am I the only person left already?
Yikes. There's so many of them. But anyway, yeah. Legion.
Okay, so anyway. Yeah. Oh my god, why are they
So
there are 3 other players! Go after them, please! Okay, so what the hell?
Are they coming after you?
They keep coming after me!
Oh, they're running to that spot because, like, they know that's where you're coming off?
Well, they always go for the player that has the glowflies on them. But the thing is, every time there's another player that gets glowflies on them, they die, so they immediately transfer to me. So I get about a second of breathing room before the new person dies, and they,
And yet you're still wrecking house.
Well, because I'm also supposed to try to get the eggs.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting much of a chance to do so, because I keep having to run.
You're supporting fire.
At this point, yeah, pretty much. I'm basically the Shaggy of the game right now, and I don't mean meme Shaggy. I mean like actual cartoon Shaggy, where he just runs around and he's the diversion.
I thought you were saying you were Mr. Boombastic or something.
Yes, I'm Mr. Boombastic. That's definitely what it was. That's what it is.
You're welcome.
Okay, all right. So some of the add-ons that they had for Legion were like, because there's 4 different people within it.
Yeah.
Were like mixtapes. And each one would give you different abilities, whatnot. Well, they gave Legion their own chase music instead of the generic one. But now, it'll actually change temporarily whenever you get into a chase with a survivor, depending on if you're running mixtape add-ons.
Okay.
Alright, I thought you'd be a little more excited than that, because it's a music thing, and I know how much you like music sometimes, so okay.
Yeah.
That was like the most, like,
That's neat.
Most like dullest dishwater response I've ever seen from you regarding anything musical.
Sorry, I got a notification about some Kirk Cameron nonsense, and anytime his name pops up in my feed, it just immediately becomes sad for humanity.
Why?
It's just awful.
Oh, good.
I've also been playing the new Lego Star Wars game.
I heard it was really good.
It is good. The only gripe I have is that because it has to fit 9 films worth of content into it, it feels like some of the levels are either too short or there's some scenes and sequences just kind of missing.
Oh.
Like when the Millennium Falcon first leaves the planet in Episode 4, and they have that little bit of a shootout with the TIE fighters, and they don't get cocky and all that.
Yeah.
Not in the game at all.
Really?
Yeah, it is like a quick cut scene instead. And after playing Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, where they do the entire game as a full-length, or the entire film as a full-length Lego game, it felt like a lot was missing there, but I also have to remind myself that those other games still exist. This isn't replacing those. I can still go back and enjoy the complete saga and The Force Awakens. But the content for Last Jedi and Skywalker Saga is so good, it actually made me go back and give Skywalker Saga a second chance, because I didn't like it the first time I watched it.
Oh, that's the last 3 trilogy.
Yeah, the last, yeah.
Okay.
I love Last Jedi. I know it makes a lot of people angry, but I love that film.
Which one's Last Jedi? 7, 8, or 9?
8.
8, okay.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
the one where the entire point of the film was actually said in the trailer, where Luke is like looking at Rey as she's pointing a lightsaber at him, and he's like, "This is not going to go the way you think."
Yeah.
Like the entire film, every time it set up something, the film did the exact opposite of its own setup. Like the whole film was expectation subversion, and it ticked off some people because nerds, if it doesn't go exactly as what they expect it to be, it's terrible.
You already know my one major complaint about the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Was it the
Leia thing?
Oh.
Not the fact that she survived, but how she survived.
But you know what, though? The thing is if you look at the following film, one of the small course corrections they make, and that's actually one of the things I hated about it, was like, it felt like a portion of that film had to be dedicated to correcting the mistakes of Last Jedi, even though I don't see any of them as mistakes. I do see where some people wish that it had been established more that she was a Jedi, but I think the intent of that scene was to show, surprise, she's a Jedi too, But it comes off as kind of hokey.
Well, I think saying she's a Jedi would be a bit much, because it's just that she had some Force sensitivity. Because remember, like, what episode was it where... Sorry, I'm trying to, like...
No, you're fine.
Trying to juggle a few different things at once, and it's not working out as much as I'd like to.
But the Rise of Skywalker is a flashback to just after Return of the Jedi, where Luke and Leia are training together on Dagobah. Like, they're working together in training, and she shows that she's just as capable, and she's helping train Rey in Rise of Skywalker, so that a lot of her acrobatics that she has later in the film, you can at least attribute to, she figured that out while training, because they do kind of yada their way through some of Rey's powers in some of the movies, as if she was like special, but they also explain that away by her connection to another character. That's why she has this innate ability with the Force, because she is tied to somebody else who has trained, and they kind of share experiences and instincts because of what they are together.
When you say their connection to a character, you mean the reveal character, right?
Yeah.
The spoiler character? Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying not to spoil too much, but not just that reveal, but also her connection to another character in the trilogy.
For all the 0 people watching the stream right now.
And really what it is, it's because in Force Awakens, the very first person she Jedi mind-tricked was James Bond, and that just gave her instant god powers. The stormtrooper that's in the torture chamber, when she's like, "You are going to remove these restraints and leave the room with the door open."
Pierce Brosnan?
No, Daniel Craig.
Oh.
That's actually Daniel Craig. He wanted to be in the movie. He's like, "I don't care if I'm a stormtrooper, I want to be in this." And he gets spoken lines. And he nails it. Yeah. Yep. Daniel Craig is my favorite stormtrooper.
My favorite stormtrooper is still the guy that clonks his head on A New Hope. Did they give him any kind of fan name, or is he just the clumsy stormtrooper?
His name is CLNK. I don't know. But in the Lego games, he gets referenced.
Oh my goodness.
A couple of times. And she, in the Lego game, she like mind tricks a couple of troopers. And she's like, "You're actually glad I'm here." "Oh man, we're so glad you're here. Right this way." Like, it's really funny. Like they take the things that people would complain about and actually make them funny. And the stuff that's like, "Yeah, we know, is in there too.
What's the we know?
Like, they actually make Jar Jar tolerable in the Lego games. I know it's weird, but it works. And it
does sound weird. I don't know how I
it's
feel
because
about actual
Gungans kind of appear all throughout the Lego saga if you just explore a little bit outside the direct line of the plot. Because each hub has like this open world mini hub that you can explore.
Yeah.
And so like races and things you only saw in the prequel trilogy that were just miraculously missing later down the line, they've sprinkled in the other trilogies as well. And but yeah, Jar Jar's dialogue is delivered a little better, mostly because it's being delivered by a guy who is known for being able to take that kind of ridiculous dialogue and still do something good with it. Oh god, what's his name? It's the guy that plays Hermes on Futurama.
Oh, Philomar?
Yes, Philomar. Thank you. Like, Philomar can do amazing things with stupid dialogue.
Yeah.
And no, he makes a great Jar Jar.
Oh heck. So remember I was saying that this stage is sometimes really bad when the tide is low?
Mm-hmm.
It's even worse when the fog is up. Because now it's much more difficult to see. So now the communication in this game, of which there's very little, ends up becoming super important, and not all Salmon Run players understand how important it is to call out where bosses are sometimes.
You ever hear somebody give an opinion on the internet, or claim they're giving an opinion, but they're just making an assertion, and they're trying to claim that assertion is, "Oh, it's just an opinion, bro."
Yeah.
And it irritates you?
Yes.
I've taken to doing something when I see that in my nerd groups, because there's always going to be that one loud nerd that like screams, "Oh, this is not my Star Wars, # not my Star Trek," those kind of people.
Well, I hope Star Wars isn't your Star Trek.
Someone's like, "No Stargate ever, it's terrible," to which I responded with, "Repeat after me. Just because I dislike something doesn't mean it's bad. Repeat it until you believe it and let people enjoy things." To which he responded with, "Man's allowed to share his opinion, even if you and I disagree." Like, but you didn't opine. You made a command, then you made an assertion. We're all nerds here. Words matter. Again, repeat after me. Just because I dislike something doesn't mean it is bad. Feel free to have your opinion, but when you issue orders and assertions, someone's got to remind you of how English works. May as well be the word nerd. Let people like things.
No, Brian, people aren't allowed to like the things that I don't like.
To which somebody else responded with, "You're my new favorite." And it wasn't that he started a post with that, because if you're in this group and you start a post making that, whatever. He went to somebody else's comment where they were trying to share their joy for Star Wars, Star Trek, and Stargate together, and he chose to inject the negativity into it.
Awesome.
It wasn't even that good of a post. Yeah, it was just a picture of 3 British actors and calling them the Holy Trinity of brains and cheekbones.
Just a few more rounds and we can record. Do you have any idea what you want to play?
I had an idea and I forgot.
Sounds great.
Let me take a look at what I have with me. I know I installed a few things as ideas. How do I save this?
I know I have.
Yeah, I've been playing this game for 2 days and I haven't actually saved it.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
How do you even?
Given the amount of dense vegetation in this game and the amount of people that are walking around your park, because every person in your park also has like an individual opinion and vibe about the place that adds to your total score, so they're individually modeled and rendered and can potentially get eaten.
Awesome.
I think my park looks nice though. I've got my plant eaters in one side, my meat eaters in another. Uh-oh.
Is that a good O or a bad O?
2 of my dinosaurs died of cold. I'll get back to that later. My guess is when I unplugged this and put it in my case, it turned on for a little bit, and so they got sick and died when I wasn't paying attention.
Nice.
Like PGA Tour 2K21?
Brian, I will hang myself before I play some garbage golf game. Gonna give me a golf game, make it something slightly creative, like, what was it called? Like, highly impractical golf or something?
Oh,
The one you had to, like, strap explosives to a golf ball? And
super inefficient golf.
Super inefficient golf, that was it.
Did we play Monster Prom 2 yet?
Not 2, no.
Okay. Bridge Constructor Portal?
Wow, it's
actually a great game.
What could be more fun than...
Actually, I have one I'd love for you to play.
What's that?
Have you ever played Evo Land?
Evo Land. Is that the one where you eventually... Why are we all in the same spot when the griller's right there? Oh my god.
There are 2 of them?
There's 2 of them, yeah.
Okay. Also, if they're all about saving themselves, why is a grill one of the enemies?
Don't worry about it, Brian.
But the lore.
What lore?
I don't know. There's gotta be some lore behind why they use those grills.
Yeah, as a self-defense mechanism to kill... Oh, shoot. Find someone else. Find a different target. 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 Find a different target.
You can't change direction?
No. Get on the thing, please. Oh my god, I managed to not hit a single one of those.
Yeah, but they ran off scared.
I finally managed to drop off the egg that I grabbed in the first, like, 20 seconds.
What was that icon floating in the air?
I don't know, what icon?
It was like a weird, just icon floating right next to you.
Cool.
It looked like a, I don't know, a pipe or something. Just
Pipe.
just like a sprite of a pipe, and then it looked like it was draining. I don't know. It's just weird seeing an icon next to you instead of like an object.
Was it my ink meter?
I guess.
The one that's always there pretty much when I fire?
I hadn't noticed. It didn't. I never know. I always thought the ink meter was just on your back.
Well, there's that too.
Huh.
Jackie, good evening. Hello.
Oh, hello. But anyway, yeah, Evo Land. I actually have both Evo Land 1 and 2 as a collection.
Is that the one where it starts off like a really primitive game?
Yes.
And the further you get, it starts becoming more advanced?
Yeah. And part 2 starts off like mid-range advanced, and then you get attacked, and it devolves you, and you have to like work your way back. Through Evo Land 2 has a much better plot and arc within the world's rule set, but yeah, they're both really good games.
Okay.
(2003 to 2018). Jeez.
Now, when you say the icon that was next to me, let me cut you off for a second. You mean this thing? Like
No, not that. Not the low ink thing. And not that either. It looked like a complicated set of like faucet hoses, and it wasn't even floating like directly next to you. It was just floating in the air And then when you walked near it, it started draining as if, I don't know, it was just weird.
Where is it?
I haven't seen it again. It was weird.
Okay.
Like, did somebody drop a power-up or something that I'm not aware of?
There are no power-ups.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Oh, hi, guy. Don't mind me.
I have no heckin' idea.
Yeah, if I see it again, I'll point it out.
Well, not that, where the eggs are, because they were here for a second, and then just a whole lot of everything happening all at once.
That's a lot of eggs. Jeez.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They're all at the bottom, so we all gotta run this way, all the way back up, to drop one egg. We gotta run all the way back before some of the fish grab it and run it back. Run all the way back up to... This is why I hate this stage. Especially when this is the way that they give us, where you have to play hide and seek to try to find which of the 5 billion pipes in this stage is the one that has the fish in it with the eggs.
But Evo Land was an option. Mech Rage, that little mech, that simple mech one I was telling you about, was a good one. Mind Scanners is one I would love to try with you. It's a weird one. It's always a weird one. We have Monster Rancher.
The old Namco one.
Yeah, Monster Rancher 1 and 2 got ported to the Switch. And when you go to change CDs, there's actually a database of CDs you can search.
I was about to say, because I remember the big draw for that was that it could turn any CD, back when CDs were a thing.
Yeah, and like you could be like, Doom for Sega Saturn. It's got a code for that. I searched like one of my Winger CDs, and they had like every release that album had in the 90s through now, and each one is a different code. Of course, some CDs don't give you a monster because you don't have the high enough rating for it yet, but as you progress through, you get more and more licenses and can get higher ranked monsters. So like a lot of your early searching on discs is just fruitless, but yeah, no, and it is exactly the original PlayStation game. Like I think it's running through an emulator, and a really good one at that. Which makes me hopeful that some other PlayStation titles might see a Switch release in the future. I'm forever hopeful that Jade Cocoon gets a remaster or a port somewhere. Because that game is a game everyone needs to experience.
And we're a man down. Awesome.
Blizzard Arcade Collection, Lost Vikings and whatnot. Maneater, the shark one. Darius. All the Dark Alliance, I think I mentioned that one. Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer. That's the Legend of Zelda one that's actually a better game than the original Crypt of the Necrodancer. And it all started just because they asked if they could put a couple of Zelda items into a DLC pack for the Switch version of Crypt of the Necrodancer. And Miyamoto's like, no, you're going to make an entire new Legend of Zelda game.
So to make it sound like that, it sounds like they were forced to.
It's Miyamoto. They were lucky to leave with their kneecaps intact. But it's like going to ask permission from a notoriously litigious company and being told, like, no, you can't. Instead, you're going to make a whole new game.
Brian, there are 3 bomb-launching guys there. Why are there 3 of them?
Because you're so good, you've scared Nintendo.
That must have been it, Brian. I don't know why I figured it out before.
Quake?
Next one. All right, Jackie. Just a heads up. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on here because we do plan on recording tonight, and there ain't a whole lot of viewers at the moment. So
Doom Eternal added a horde mode. I'd love to try that myself on here at some point. Like, I would love to play through horde mode on here.
Oh, like by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like, if you're asking me to help, I don't know how much help I'm gonna be.
No, the horde mode on here would be solo unless you actually had a copy on your Switch too and could join in. But no, solo, it is ridiculously good. Like, their horde mode is fantastic. And they keep adding, like, without having to buy it, they keep adding a battle pass, like, set of, like, cosmetics that you can win and earn in the game. And they keep cycling through different cosmetic batches. And so, like, they'll loop back around to them later if you miss it one season, you know?
Okay.
And the earliest ones that were like pre-order bonus only, they've actually made them little $5 DLC buys that get you all of them unlocked immediately, which I'm totally fine with. At this point, I really like the game, and I would love for them to get, you know, a little bit more of my money to be like, hey, could you make more, please? I'd like that, thank you. both DLCs were fantastic. If a little pendulum swingy, the first DLC was way harder than the original campaign. Like, they expected you to know your stuff because it starts with everything unlocked from the main campaign. Like, you can start freaking straight there without even having to beat the campaign, but you get everything. And it's like, alright, you know how this works. And here's some more things to make you hate yourself. Have fun. Oh, and that one enemy that you hated from the campaign? Here's 2 of them at once.
I'm noticing this thing where I just run around the edge when it gets too much is becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Whee.
Victory lasers?
Victory lasers.
Victory lasers! Minecraft. We could play Go.
I genuinely never played Minecraft.
I've never spent serious time with Minecraft.
Take that back. I tried to play for about 10 minutes. Just cause like the when I was at work, we were testing a PS4 that we had finished repairing.
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't one that we had finished repairing. It was one that my boss got for his son, and he had to bring his son into work because they didn't like, I think there was unexpectedly no school that day or something.
Yeah.
And he had just gotten a PS4, and he's like, oh my god, new video game system, and I'm so happy, and blah blah blah, I want to get all the things. And he got his kid Minecraft, and he like hands me the controller. He's like, you do it, and I was like, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I just like picked the thing up, and I figured out, okay, so this button breaks stuff. So then like I switched the item, and I think like certain things can't actually be put down.
I don't know.
Because like the same exact material I broke out of the ground, I tried to put it down and it wouldn't let me, even though it had like the little thing selected. Like, yeah, you could put a thing down here, and I like sit there and I'm just swinging at it and it's not doing anything. And I was like, here you go, kid. I spent 10 minutes swinging dirt at an empty hole, and I've gotten nowhere.
I bought Minecraft to play with somebody else, and then they never bothered to play, and now they're gone. So
wow.
I just have it. But no, I've decided which one.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Because
it's one I bought like over a year and a half ago, and I played a little bit of it, fell in love with it, and thought this is absolutely a game for this channel because it's got a good narrative to it, it's got interesting, weird gameplay. It is definitely not a game that would be marketed to everyone, so like there's not a lot of, I've looked, there's not a lot of other people who played it online. Poison Control.
Poison Control.
Yes.
Okay.
It's an Atlas third-person, story-driven RPG-ish thing where you wake up in hell and the first demon that eats you turns out is actually your, quote, soulmate. And so she eats all the flesh off of you, which turns her from a demon monster into a girl called a poisonette. And
I think I remember you telling me about this a long time ago.
The two of you go on an adventure through hell to find these various Hell's Bells, who are women who have sent themselves to hell for whatever reason, and you help heal them so they can be free. Whether they're living in hell or they've died and gone to hell. And the stories themselves are surprisingly poignant, and the gameplay is Diet Splatoon. And the way it works is like your gun fires like this soul energy, and there's like this ink all over the ground, and you have to take control of your poisonette to siphon it up to give you more power to kill things, and then the more ink you clean up is the more clues you also unlock for the different Hell's Bells. And I've only done like 2 or 3 of the stages, but it's very much a Nippon-ichi game. I mean, printies are all over the game.
Oh, Jesus!
And it has like your radio divas that kind of give the play-by-play between stages and kind of break everything down for you. And it's got a style about it. And it's rare that I'll buy a game based entirely on a poster, but I saw the poster and thought, this at least has to be interesting.
Okay.
And yeah, no, that's what we're gonna do. We gotta do that one. Even if you end up not liking it, we gotta give it a try. That's
alright.
Yeah. And it's on cartridge, so we can do it on your Switch if you want, or on mine, however you want to do it.
I don't know, you got it on yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do that. Oh, heck. right?
I played this like 2 Switches ago. This is my OLED. I haven't played it on my OLED yet.
Oh my
Where'd my
God.
save go?
Wait, will the OLED work on the normal dock?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've done it before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay.
The system itself is literally 1 millimeter wider, and it fits exactly the same.
Take your word for it, then.
Heck, you can even fit a Switch Lite into the dock that will charge. It's all,
Okay. Fantastic. Can't hit for squat. Shoot. I went too far. Yeah, GG's. I grabbed this bag, like, before the stream and I didn't even open it.
Good job.
I think I might actually... Yeah, I might need scissors to open it. So, heck with that then.
of my favorite Transformers adjacent plushie artists is leaving the country. She's moving to Japan because she got like a teaching gig out there. Nice. So she's like getting rid of all of her geeky shirts. So she's gonna start sending them out to people just to get rid of a bunch of them because she's been collecting for years and years. A couple of years ago, she won a bunch of Star Trek Online, like $100 starter packs for each faction. Nobody wanted them, so like, yeah, if nobody else wants them in like a week or two, I don't want to like jump on top of it or anything. But if you can't find anybody that wants them, I'll take them. And within 10 minutes, she's like, nobody's gonna take these here. So on PS4, I just have like, just to begin with, I have $300 worth of starter packs for all of my captains across my entire account forever.
Good Lord.
It's like everyone starts with 3 tier 6 ships no matter what. Which reminds me, I need to log into my Xbox account and get my free tier 6 ship too as part of the anniversary thing. I figure I have an Xbox account in the game, I may as well get the free ships when they're offering them because that's $30 worth of free stuff.
Reminds me, one game, Skullgirls recently had their 10th anniversary, and the mobile version did nothing.
Of course.
Which was just disappointing, because usually they're really good about community stuff, but this time they're just like, no. So this one? Of course it's this one. Got distracted. Oh my goodness. It was all the way the heck over there. Okay.
But with her leaving, I have to, like, finally decide which of her Puggle formers I've been wanting to buy, because I've wanted to buy one from her forever, because they're just really freaking cute, and she's done a few of Transformer characters. But she also has done some that she calls Metamons, which are her ideas of Pokemon.
Okay.
But specifically, she's done a bunch of Ditto ones that I think are just really funny looking. And they're all just quick handmade ones. Her zombie ones are freaking adorable. Gingerbread ones.
Okay.
They're just cute. But I think this is the one I'll get. I'll buy one of these for the wife. The bat.
Okay.
The wife likes Spooky. Because that's her Transformer ones. She just does like their head with like some of their just noticeable detail. Silver Streak there. Just random Viacons.
I'll take your word for it because I don't know what I'm looking for on those.
In this case, it's just like the forehead crest and then the door wings. That's just Prowl's thing. He was a police car with door wings.
Okay.
And he's an asshole.
Oh, all right.
I love that her little frenzy / rumble ones are just called frumbles. I'm gonna buy a bat. I heard something else on eBay. The seller not only disappeared, but I don't think they shipped my item, so in a few days I'll have to get eBay to give me money back.
Oh, lovely.
I think they were just mad because they had a buy it now of $70 on the item, and I won it for 10. And it's a Chinese knockoff combiner set of just construction vehicles, but each of the designs is so interesting. I've always wanted the set, and I was never going to pay $70 for this thing. But I threw a $25 bid on it and thought, if I win it, I win. If I don't, I don't. That was the only bid I was going to make.
Can you get on the...
Got it for 10.
I jumped on the rail, I jumped around the rail, I jumped into the rail, and the game just said, no, you didn't. He died. Huh, alright. Well then. Oh, crap. Oh boy. Are they following me? Yeah, they're following me. Of course they're following me. Ooh. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap.
There's a player in Elden Ring called Let Me Solo Her. Have you
Oh,
been
yeah.
following that?
Oh yeah.
That's so wholesome.
That's pretty awesome, yeah.
Yeah, just a guy in his underwear with a pot on his head, helping people take
Just
out bosses.
Soloing. No, not bosses. That one
specific one, yeah. They're just
Yeah.
like, don't worry, I got this. You sit back, enjoy.
Yeah.
I wish I was half as good as that to be able to help with one of the bosses that I had fun with.
Yeah.
The one everybody says was too hard, and then they nerfed it, and then they got mad that they nerfed it, so they unnerfed it. God, that fight is so much fun.
Which one?
Radon, I think is what they call him.
Oh.
Giant man on a tiny horse.
Yeah, I heard about it.
In a huge open field. And you can summon a bunch of other characters from in the game to help you out, including a giant pot that you can befriend, who's one of my favorite characters in the game. And like throughout the fight, you're also trying to keep them alive, because when he kills them, you can then summon them back into the fight a few minutes later.
Yeah.
So not only are you rushing in trying to do your damage, but you're also trying to keep your buddies into the fight. And so it just becomes this big, gigantic, grand fight where you're not just in it watching a blur of enemy as you try to dodge roll around and spam an attack and abuse your iframes. It actually feels like a tactical encounter. That icon.
That thing, that faucet-looking thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so what that is when someone uses the inkjet, which is like the jetpack thing,
Yeah.
that shows where they launched from,
Okay.
and when it runs out, where they're going to launch back to.
Okay.
So it's kind of like it doesn't do a whole lot in Salmon Run, but in Versus, it'll actually show, like if an enemy uses it, then you know, hey, this is where it is, this is where they launched from, this is where they're going to go back to, and it shows a little meter that eventually drains out as it nears its end.
Yeah.
So if you time it right, you can actually throw a bomb on that spot, and if one of your teammates doesn't cover your launch point, so that once you land, then the bomb goes off and kills you if you don't have a teammate watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no idea what you meant before.
Yeah. But at least I know I'm not crazy.
Well, I mean, that part is,
About that.
about that in particular.
Yeah.
That specifically. Yeah, Jackie, GG. I think I might do, I might have to make this the last one. So we can start recording here in a bit.
We'll play Korg Gadget for Nintendo Switch.
What?
It's literally a bunch of Korg digital samplers modeled after various Nintendo and other console sound chips, so you can create music on it. It's literally just a musical instrument that emulates the sound chips of various computer systems. It's actually fun to mess with, and if I had an actual way to capture the audio from this better, I would use it to create music. I was kidding about actually playing it on the channel. It's not a toy. I mean, it's not a game, it's a toy. What's cool is it has internet multiplayer, so you can actually co-create tracks with people.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. It's a fun little gadget to mess around with if you're musically inclined.
I am not musically inclined.
And it's got demo songs to kind of teach you how it works. It's got decent training. It used to be an expensive one, but I got it when it was on a weird flash sale. Because the Korg digital instrument stuff tends to be just as expensive as buying the hardware at times. One of the songs it teaches you how to make is just the alphabet song.
Oh.
Under my first gadget. There's a full 80 key setup. It's a very complicated take on the Mario Paint music maker.
Oh, yeah.
Where you place the notes and then set the different instruments to it and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I need to learn how to use it because I feel like this could be what I want from it. From making music and stuff.
I remember being 11 or 12 playing Mario Paint and making Earthworm Jim music in that thing.
You can even create your own gadgets by changing what the instruments are.
head out, pop your head out. There we go. Oh, please. Found the missile. Well, listen to you little music maker.
Can you actually, like, create the sounds of your drums? By actually changing how the sound effect itself works?
Come on, go. Ah! Just kill all the things! Kill all of them!
I'm gonna have fun playing with this thing later. I haven't actually messed with it yet. I've had it for forever and I haven't actually messed with it.
What in the world? Oh. Cool. Yeah, GG, Jackie. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and back out here. I'm just gonna see what stuff I got, then call it kind of early today. Cool. It's Pitch! Did you ever play that Kirby game, the one that had Pitch, the little green bird?
I don't know which game was it. Which Kirby game was it?
I don't know. It was the one that had this little green bird.
No clue.
All right, cool. Sounds great. Yeah, no. No.
Just making Metroid 2 music.
No. Yeah, we're not getting rid of that. Alright, dandy. Well, go ahead and call it here. Thanks for stopping by, sticking around for as long as you did. Anything you want to say?
Nice having you in. Thanks for being here.
Alright, cool.
Sorry if I'm being boring.
And have a great night and take care of yourself and others.
And a wave.